Orlando Bloom can't stop partying while Katy Perry is struggling to keep up her shows. She's literally falling on her face trying to be strong, while her ex is now hanging out with women half his age and ignoring the life they had before she went on tour.
All right, guys, buckle up. We've got a fresh, messy update on the Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom saga. Because right now, Katy is genuinely fighting to keep her shows afloat, literally stumbling on stage, trying to hold it together. While her ex, Orlando Bloom, he's out here living his best single life, hitting parties, hanging out with women almost half his age, and frankly, ignoring the entire life they built before she even left for tour. This is a dramatic, must-see deep dive into why Orlando might just be the worst ex ever. Let's get into the chaos. So, my friends, Katy Perry just can't seem to catch a break lately. It feels like she's been battling this breakup from Orlando Bloom every single day, all while navigating a tour that many are calling an absolute disaster. Honestly, I'm starting to genuinely feel for her.
To get it right, she has been struggling with her breakup from Orlando Bloom, all while on this tour that's an absolute flop. But Katy, I'm starting to feel really bad for you because she recently did a show where she completely fell on her face. It's a hard watch, but she was doing a show in Arizona. Comment below if you were there.
There was this moment recently during her Arizona show. Comment below if any of you guys were actually there, where she had a terrifying near fall. We're talking a complete, heart-stopping moment where she almost plummeted from a giant metal sphere prop. It's a hard watch, but take a look. Whoa, she is down. But then, boom, she's right back into it. Okay, can we rewind that? Let's take a look in slow motion. Thank goodness she didn't actually smash her face. I've seen a lot of chatter about this on TikTok and Instagram. You know where to find me, guys. With some people actually questioning if she planned this fall because of how quickly she recovered and bounced back into the performance. Honestly, who purposely falls like that? Unless she's secretly a stunt double, I'm pretty sure that was an unplanned, terrifying moment.
Making headlines, Katy Perry. At last night's LA show, the singer coyly addressed splitting from Orlando Bloom when fans voted for Katy to sing one of her breakup hits.
It looks like her foot just caught something, or she was simply moving too fast for her own good. Damn, Katy. She's a runner, a total track star, but she's falling hard, and the internet is noticing. This person perfectly summed it up. The humiliation continues. I'm so embarrassed for her. You couldn't pay me enough to see her in concert. Ouch. Another wrote, it's a hard watch. She acts like a toddler running around at a wedding. And then a little bit of empathy. She's getting used to Earth's gravity again, guys. Don't make fun of her. Someone else called it the weirdest concert ever. Look, I don't want to be overly harsh. She's going through a lot. I actually saw Katy Perry perform years ago, back when she was doing Dark Horse on that massive metal horse, and her show was incredibly polished. She was at the absolute peak of her career.
Y'all want me to sing Not Like the Movies at this time of my life? I will try to hold my composure. How did it feel? The fairy tale feel?
Concert goers also picked the one that got away just 12 days after the couple of 9 years announced their split.
But these recent clips, they just scream chaos. I genuinely believe a big part of Katy Perry's current struggles stems directly from her split with Orlando Bloom. They weren't married, so thankfully no messy divorce, but they do share their daughter Daisy, and things are clearly getting complicated, especially since they officially split while she's on tour. Just imagine the emotional roller coaster the moment she finally gets home. There was this telling moment during her LA show where fans asked her to perform Not Like the Movies. You know, that song about a messy breakup? She has this segment where she performs requested songs, which is usually cool. But her reaction to this particular request speaks volumes about where she's at right now. I appreciate an artist who goes off-set list for the fans. It shows she's real. And I'm certainly not doubting Katy Perry's singing abilities. As someone who absolutely cannot carry a tune, trust me, she can sing. But I found some recent clips that suggest she might be a little rusty. Like this one from Harley's in Hawaii, a song I personally love. but it sounds like she had a tough time finding her rhythm at the start. See? She's a good singer. Maybe not always flawless on the first try, but she gets there.
She was running around the stage. You know, she does a lot of running and flying and all that. I feel like she could do a little bit more dancing, a little less running around. I mean, we see so many like Katy Perry's and artists performing their hearts out that I feel like running around is going to end up with you falling just like this.
Now, another moment that caught my eye in her show was this incredibly sweet interaction in Los Angeles. A young girl came up to the stage, and Katy asked where she was from. The girl hesitated, clearly nervous to say Mexico, especially with the current social climate and the kind of rage we're seeing. It's actually pretty terrifying to witness. You guys simply can't deny that was a truly sweet and wholesome moment for Katy Perry. It's a really good look. And this comment sums it up. You know what, Katy? I'm sorry for laughing at the space memes. Another person writes, her fear not to out herself and her parents hurts so much to watch, but this moment should be a reminder of her strength in being able to speak out and be proud. Powerful stuff.
But enough about Katy Perry for a moment.
Guys, we have to talk about Orlando Bloom, because it turns out he already has a long list of women he's reportedly interested in. Isn't it wild how we barely heard a peep from Orlando Bloom for years, and now suddenly, post-Katy Perry breakup, he's everywhere? He's been globe-trotting all over Europe, spotted at Wimbledon, and just generally living it up. Here's a quick look at him partying it up, completely unbothered.
Okay, first off, why do you even want to be running this much when you're singing and then watch? Whoa! Oh, she is down. There she goes. Right back into it. Okay, wait, we need a little reverse play right here. Okay, thank God she didn't like smash her face.
So a PR specialist actually weighed in on this, suggesting Orlando Bloom hasn't miscalculated at all. They say he's not trying to dominate headlines, but he's appearing in all the right places, looking totally relaxed, completely chill. The media is eating it up, capturing him enjoying life, socializing, even partying. It's feeding into that classic, well-worn, but incredibly effective Hollywood archetype of the newly single, desirable man. At first, I called BS, honestly. But then I saw more and more clips of Orlando, and it seems to be true. He just wants to be seen as this cool, chill guy, back on the market and ready to mingle. Impossible Burger. Damn, good choice. Shout out to the Impossible Burger fans out there. I'm gonna stick with my real meat, but hey, shout out to you. Doing good for the environment and the cows. But back to Orlando Bloom, because it looks like his DMs are absolutely overflowing right now, flooded with messages from women eager to get close to him. Do you think Katy Perry is getting that same kind of attention? I don't know why, guys, but I have a feeling it's not quite happening for her, which, honestly, is kinda sad. Poor Katy.
Sources are saying Orlando isn't wallowing after the breakup.
Not one bit. He's actually soaking in his newfound freedom as a single man. And now that he is a single man, let's dive into some of the rumored options he reportedly has on his radar. I found an article from a source claiming Orlando is interested in Jennifer Aniston. Now, if you guys haven't seen our Let's Get Into It podcast, we've already done a deep dive into her current boyfriend.
I did see some people, I talked about this on TikTok and Instagram, go and check me out, but I did see people questioning whether she actually planned this because she really went right back into that dancing.
He's like a hypnotist, and he's so problematic. I'm doing a full deep dive on him eventually right here on the channel, so make sure you're subscribed. Anyway, Jennifer Aniston is definitely taken, so I'm not sure why Orlando's so interested in her. But apparently Orlando and Jennifer actually had a thing for each other years ago. Reports say they shut down dating rumors way back in 2007, so they got close, but it supposedly never fully happened. Yet this source claims Jennifer might still be interested in Orlando, even with her hypnotist boyfriend. It's supposedly open knowledge within her friend group that they got very, very close on more than one occasion. She's always reportedly raved about him being her ideal type. Orlando, for his part, apparently adores Jen. He thinks she's a class act and doesn't understand how she could be so unlucky with love. Well, my friends, I was actually thinking about doing a whole video about that because there's definitely a pattern here. And get this quote. It's gotta be aggravating for Katy the way that he's always drooling about her, Jennifer Aniston. Honestly, I'd be disturbed too. I mean, Katy Perry is a beautiful woman, and Jennifer Aniston is also stunning, but it just seems these celebrities always want more and more and more. It actually reminds me of how Orlando reportedly got so upset when he found out Sydney Sweeney wasn't interested in him. He just acts like a big high schooler sometimes. And guys, Jennifer Aniston isn't the only Jennifer on his radar.
Good for you, 2 songs about breakups.
Katy called in backup, bringing her dad, Keith, on stage. And get this, also supporting Katy, Orlando's ex-wife and the mother of his son, Miranda Kerr.
This source claims Orlando is flirting with absolutely everyone, even people he doesn't actually fancy, just to get back out there and back into practice. The quote literally says, "There are so many attractive women around him now that he can chase. Sydney Sweeney is definitely at the top of his dream partners," which I think probably a lot of men feel that way about Sydney. And there are plenty more names being thrown around. He apparently wants to get in with Jennifer Lopez, who he's always admired, and, well, she's single now too. So it looks like Orlando's looking for chaos. He wants Jennifer Aniston, the one who's unlucky with love. He wants Jennifer Lopez, who might even be more on record as unlucky with love. And then, of course, he wants Sydney Sweeney, because every guy in the world supposedly wants her, right? I can't even. Dakota Johnson has also reportedly caught his attention. Orlando, stay away from Dakota! Basically, Hollywood has become Orlando's personal playground. They say he's not acting sleazy, but he's clearly rebounding and on the hunt. Sounds, well, I'm not going to shame him. Do what you want to do. But Dakota Johnson? Really? Hearing all this about Orlando Bloom being so carefree, so completely untethered, and honestly, not very father-like, it's giving me so many red flags. And honestly, good for Katy for getting away from him if this is how he's truly acting after their breakup.
I kind of feel like it wasn't planned because who, purposely falls? Unless she's, holy, in reverse, it goes crazy. Let's see where she actually falls. Okay, so is it this, it's this next foot that trips her, it looks like? Unless she's just running too fast for her own good.
Sources are now saying the relationship was borderline toxic, plagued by months of bickering and fighting. Katy and Orlando were both reportedly tightly wound, and things just got worse and worse over time. The endless trolling Katy has been enduring online, the immense pressure, it all bled directly into her home life with Orlando. Katy's a strong woman, but she was genuinely rattled by all that hate. Oh, my poor Katy girl. He apparently grew tired of supporting her, was sympathetic to a point, but they reached a stage where they were simply living separate lives. Now, another source claims he is trying his best to make things work with Katy, to maintain some semblance of normalcy for their daughter, while also living that fast, single life. It's a delicate situation because they haven't even finalized the details of their split. So any public flirting could totally be seen negatively, especially for custody arrangements. He needs to be mindful of Katy Perry's feelings because he clearly wants to maintain good optics right now, right? He wants that great reputation. So publicly throwing Katy Perry to the dust? Not a good look. And maybe that's why we saw those recent yacht getaway photos, a clear public co-parenting moment, trying to ensure Orlando doesn't look like an absent father.
Damn, Katy. She's a runner, she's a track star. She's falling hard though. Ooh. This person comments, the humiliation continues. I'm so embarrassed for her. You couldn't pay me enough to see her in concert. And one person wrote, it's a hard watch. She acts like a toddler running around at a wedding. One person said, she's getting used to Earth's gravity again, guys. Don't make fun of her. Sonia said, this is the weirdest concert ever.
This headline perfectly sums it up. Orlando Bloom is turning into the world's worst ex after split from Katy Perry. His single era is in full bloom. Whether it's air kissing the Kardashians at the Bezos wedding or partying with Nepo babies half his age, he is definitely keeping himself busy. One person commenting calls it a midlife crisis on full display, while another simply says, "Grow up."
I sincerely hope this is all good for Katy Perry. I hope she can truly move on and live her best life.
And she might even have an unexpected new friend in her corner, guys, because Miranda Kerr actually stepped out to Katy Perry's performance. And honestly, these two have been pretty cool for a while. Miranda, of course, shares a son with Orlando, so Katy was essentially a stepmom, or now, a former stepmom. Miranda was actually married to Orlando from 2010 to 2013, and she, Miranda, and her current husband, Evan, they made a point to attend Katy's show. Miranda has consistently had nothing but amazing things to say about Katy when discussing co-parenting with Orlando over the years. She famously said, "I'm literally so thankful for Katy Perry. I say how thankful I am every day. I feel blessed to have this relationship with her. She's really like a sister to me, and we've kind of connected from day one. So now, my friends, they could truly bond. And dare I say, talk about how Orlando might have done them both dirty. I mean, when your exes link up like that, it's rarely a good sign for the guy, right? I can't imagine a scenario where that turns out well for him. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Did Orlando cross a line? Is Katy truly flopping or just having a rough time? Also, a quick side note, I really hope Katy Perry's elbows are okay after that fall. Ouch, ouch. Boom, she went down. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this deep dive, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Peace out, Seshers!